Yeah, so I was sitting in my living room and I saw this car behind us hit the tree. And as soon as they hit the tree, the car doors fling open and two teenagers come running out. So I run outside, grab my whistle, and I start sprinting down the block to try to find them. They're nowhere to be seen. They're running through backyards, and all of a sudden they come out. And the teenager comes and he yells for help, help me, help me, help me. And the ICE agent ends up coming, running and tackling him in the middle of the street, pins him down, is speaking to him in Spanish, trying to get him to calm down. And then he arrests him. Awful! Absolutely awful. And for it to be happening in Minneapolis is just so heartbreaking, but also it is so unifying, because I know that if there's any community that is going to show up in absolutely frigid temperatures and really give the middle finger, is Minneapolis.
La verdad me sentí aterrado como cualquier persona en esta situación cuando amenazan hacia su familia, y me puse a pensar más en mi hijo, que en su inocencia, que él no sabía qué estaba pasando mientras yo interactuaba con ellos.
We're gonna come back for your whole family, okay?
No, okay, no problem. Me van amenazando ahora. Me dicen que si yo no salgo van a regresar por mi familia. Lo que pasó fue que en la mañana, entre eso de las 10 a 11, yo miré por la ventana que ellos pasaron tomando fotos. Yo soy de Ecuador, estoy en este país desde septiembre del 2023. Okay. Tengo un estatus migratorio, tengo mi abogado que se encarga de ese caso. Ya tuve mi primera corte ante el juez. Okay. El juez me postergó esa corte, aún no tengo una nueva fecha de corte. Tengo mi permiso de trabajo, tengo mi social. La amenaza de ellos siempre fue hacia mi familia. Okay. Que si yo no salía y me iba con ellos, vendrían por mi familia. La amenaza siempre fue hacia mi familia.
Five-year-old Liam Conejo Romas being taken by ICE agents in his family's driveway after getting home from preschool on Tuesday. Now, what exactly led up to this moment is in dispute tonight. Here's what the Department of Homeland Security is saying, that they were targeting the boy's father, who is from Ecuador, but when ICE agents approached them in the drive... Five-year-old Liam Conejo Romas being taken by ICE agents in his family's driveway after getting home from preschool on Tuesday. Now, what exactly led up to this moment is in dispute tonight. Here's what the Department of Homeland Security is saying, that they were targeting the boy's father, who is from Ecuador, but when ICE agents approached them in the drive, has no criminal record. And what we do know also from school district officials, as we're still trying to learn more about this, is that Liam is one of 4 of their students who have been detained by ICE in the last few weeks. The school board chair, who witnessed Liam's detention today, rejected how the vice president justified what happened.
Where's your humanity? Where's your humanity? That's a kid. That is a child.
On Tuesday afternoon, I was in the neighborhood where the school drop-offs happen, nearby my house, and I heard honking and whistling, and I was just a couple blocks away, so I drove to the area worried because my children have friends on that block, and I wanted to see what was happening, and I saw several vehicles kind of blocking half the road, and I saw a man standing by a running vehicle in a driveway being detained by agents that were unnamed, masked. I assume they were ICE agents. And I started observing and recording, standing well back from the scene. There was maybe 15 other community members. They were neighbors, people I recognized. And then I heard a neighbor say, "There's a kid." And my heart just dropped. And I saw them put the man into the back of an SUV, and there was several agents doing that. And then I saw 2 agents, I assume in the backyard, fenced in with a chain link fence, and there was a little boy there. He was wearing a blue hat and had a really tiny backpack on, a Spider-Man backpack, and he was by himself. And then these agents were, one kneeled down and was pointing at the door for him to knock at the door. Heard one neighbor say, "I live in this house. I'm part of this family. I can take him, let him come to me." I heard another neighbor on the other side say, "I have the forms. His mom signed the forms. Let me have him. I know him. I know him." And I was there, and I said, the school buses, the small buses for preschool were driving by, and I said, "Let's get him back to school if you don't have it. Like this, we have the superintendent coming. The superintendent's right here," because she's a close friend. And I said, "We can get her here and come." And the agents weren't listening to us. One of the agents had like a crowd control stick. He had it down. He wasn't late raising it, but I didn't want to get any closer, and they were asking me to go back. And so I just took videos and were crying and kept saying, "Wait, wait, wait." I kept saying, "Stop, wait. He can go with us. He can go with the teachers." And then they took him over to the car, and he was just standing there, and then they quickly put him in the back seat and drove away. I can't imagine what was going through Liam's mind, but I can tell you what I saw on his face. He was frozen and paralyzed. He was not crying, but he looked so scared.
大家好，我是主播周玉琴。很多的朋友告诉我们，选择原版的太阳星全效克菲尔益生菌，它添加有羽衣甘蓝，健康再加分。而有睡眠困扰的朋友们，赶快选择蓝色包装这一款晚安加强版，绝对是更有感。每日克菲尔，时刻美好 ，Good Feel Good。请上快点购为健康下单，而且要记得输入推荐代码，有额外的折扣优惠。太阳星全效克菲尔益生菌基础版、晚安加强版，新包装改版，内容不变，抽取更方便。要吃就吃最好的。